Hey guys, welcome back to Living on Insulin. My name is Cassie, for those of you who don't know me. I just started this YouTube channel. I started it to help other T1Ds and family members of T1Ds or friends of T1Ds, just to help better understand T1D. I am a type 1 diabetic, and this is a type 1 diabetes lifestyle channel. So I hope that y'all enjoy these videos. Let's get started. In today's video, I'll be telling y'all how I became a type 1 diabetic. When I was 10 months old, this was on February 23rd in 2004, we were in Florida for my grandmother's funeral, and Mom just noticed that something wasn't right, that I wasn't feeling well. I kept tugging on my ears. I would drink and drink and drink. She said that I just would not stop drinking. I went through a pack of diapers a day, I believe she said. I was just always constantly going to the bathroom, constantly drinking. And I was very fussy, she said. So she decided to take me to an urgent care, but it was a Sunday and all the urgent cares were closed. So she ended up taking me to the emergency room. And in the emergency room, waiting room, I started throwing up. So they rushed me along a little bit faster because, you know, when you start throwing up in the waiting room, they want to get you back pretty quickly. So the doctor came in and he looked me over and he said, well, she just has a double ear infection and I think she'll be fine. I'm not going to give her any medication. You'll have to wait till you get back to see her pediatrician to give her medicine. And so Mom was like, but something else is wrong. That's not what it is. You know, maybe there is an ear infection too, but there's something else wrong. And he's like, well, I'm not going to do anything else. You're going to have to wait till you get home. And she's like, just please do blood work. That's all that I'm asking is just do blood work. And so he was like, you know, fine, I'll do some blood work, but I'm not doing anything for her. I'm not giving her any medicine. So he comes running back in a few minutes later and says, ma'am, you just saved your daughter's life. She's a type 1 diabetic. She's about to go into a coma, and we've called a trauma squad to take her to Children's Hospital. And then my mom was kind of like in shock and denial, like, no, it's not type 1 diabetes. Like, what is that, you know? So that was just a crazy night. You know, her mother-in-law's funeral was the next day. My grandmother's funeral was the next day. This was my dad's mom. And I mean, like, I was in the hospital. She's not going to be able to go to the funeral. Then while I was in the hospital, when they admitted me, they put me in a room with a kid who had rotavirus. And if you don't know what rotavirus is, it is like in my opinion, one of the worst stomach viruses that you can get. I've actually had it twice. I just had it 2 years ago, and I was in the hospital for 4 days, okay? It's awful. I hate rotavirus. Anyway, they put me in a room with a kid who had rotavirus, and it's like highly contagious if you're touching other stuff, and especially highly contagious for a newly diagnosed T1D when your body is already so worn down and your immune system is so worn down. So anyway, Mom was like, should we be in here with them? Like, is she gonna get this? And the nurses said, just wash your hands a lot and she should be fine. And so Mom was like, okay. Well, another thing that they were doing in the hospital is they were stacking insulin. So they would give me short-acting insulin, and then a few hours later long-acting, and then a few hours later short-acting, and then a few hours later long-acting again, and they kept switching just every few hours. And it's not what you're supposed to do. So Mom called the new endocrinologist that we were referred to, and she's like, is this right? Like, are they supposed to be doing this? And he's like, no, I'm going to discharge you, and you're going to stay at the Ronald McDonald House, and we're going to take care of her over phone. And so Mom was like, okay. So we got out of the hospital on Thursday night and went to the Ronald McDonald House. And then Saturday morning, do you want to guess what happened? I was back in the hospital with rotavirus. Big surprise. Oh my goodness. Yep, I got it. I got rotavirus. I mean, really, those nurses were very, very dumb to say that I was not going to get rotavirus, which is highly, highly contagious. Anyway, So I was back in the hospital and they quarantined my family because I had been around them. And I'm like thinking now, why did they do that? Like, why didn't they quarantine the other kid? Anyway, I was in the hospital with the rotavirus for like a week that time. And then, like I said, I got it again 2 years ago as I would think I was 15 when I got it or something like that. And it's normally like for little kids. So I got it. It's just how our bodies are. You T1Ds, that's how we are. But we got this. Anyway, I was on shots for 5 years, from the time I was 10 months old to 5 years old. And when I was 5 years old, I got my first pump. And I still remember my dad putting on the pump, the cannula to the pump. I got the Animus Ping, One Touch Ping, and it was pink, of course. You know, 5-year-old girls need pink pumps. And I think I remember being like really scared about putting it on. And so my dad put one in his stomach. Then the lady that was like teaching us how to do it put it in his stomach to show me like, it's okay, you know, it's not gonna hurt. And then I think I did put it on. I remember I got like this bear or something like that, and a frog, a stuffed animal. I don't know why I remember that actually. That's really funny. Anyway, I remember the next day going into my dad's room and he still had the thing on his stomach. He showed me and then he took it off. But that was fun. I remember that. Anyway, when I was 9, actually, my dad passed away from cancer. And so that was very difficult also just for my family, you know, becoming a T1D when I was 10 months old and then losing my dad when I was 9. And after my dad died, my mom she needed a little more help with my diabetes. So I got the Dexcom G4. The first time, I hadn't had one yet. And I think it was fairly new at this point. But I got that and it was very helpful. It was very nice for my mom to be able to just see what my blood sugar was doing. After my dad died for the longest time, I slept with her actually in her room. So she would just look at my CGM there, and that was nice. And then just last December, I got the Dexcom G6. I had moved to the Dexcom G5, and then I just got the Dexcom G6 last year. And that has been amazing. I love it. And I also switched to the Omnipod. Animus went out of business, and so I was switched to the Omnipod insulin pump, and I love that so much better because I'm not attached to tubing anymore. It is amazing. It's in my arm right now, right here. You can probably see that little bump there. I am planning on doing an Omnipod insertion video and a Dexcom insertion video, so those will be coming in the future. But anyway, that is my diagnosis story and what pumps I am currently on, or what pump I am currently on, and what Dexcom I am currently on. And so I hope y'all really enjoyed this video. I really enjoy making these videos for you, and I just want to help and encourage you in any way that I can. You can follow me on Instagram at SweetlyModest. If you can, leave a comment in the comment section down below. Like this video, subscribe to my YouTube channel, and we'll see y'all here soon. Love y'all. Bye.